KKHT wants you to meet three of the classiest guys in real estate.
I am Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate.
And I'm Joe Orsack, the king of credit swing. And together, we're
the Real Estate Rat Pack.
Much like us, real estate right now is smoking hot. So whether it's buying, selling, or owning, you need to check out the Real Estate Rat Pack.
They're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now 1-800-808-5548. And now, the Real Estate Rat Pack.
Yahoo!
Every week
It's a mono
thing.
versus a stereo.
Yeah,
Joe, where are you, buddy?
Yeah, he should have called in just so he can have the intro there.
Just so you had the intro down for us, you know? I mean, it's crazy, but great day in Houston, by the way.
It's absolutely beautiful. You know what? Everybody wants them. We got them.
We got them. We have them here in the studio.
In the studio.
In the studio.
The Kinks.
The Kinks.
Right.
We have
Kinks.
real estate royalty with us.
Absolutely. You know, and I want to give a big shout out. You know, every week we post that the Jets landing and the limos pulling up. We actually have a limo pulling up. People don't realize that. They actually were brought in today by Creekside Limousines, a really good friend, personal friend of the Real Estate Rat Pack and of Capital Title. Bryant Clark actually owns or is there with Creekside Limousines, and you can reach him at 281-881-7108. How was that ride in?
He was fabulous.
Incredible, wasn't it?
Very comfortable.
But this just sets a precedent. You know that, don't
This
you?
sets a precedence. That is correct.
And so now, you know, Teresa Kennedy, if you're out there listening, Teresa, next time, limo, I promise.
Yes, it sets a precedence. Let me tell you,
Or
we know how to treat people right. That is definitely it. And we also want to put a big shout out to Capital Title. You know, Michael Board, who is out having a great time, and we have one of our Capital Title members here in studio as well with Brandon Mace. But you know, one of the things is without them, this show would definitely not have a great sponsor like we've got right there.
I think they're the sponsor that gets it the best.
Yes, absolutely.
They understand the value of the pack.
The value of the pack.
The value of the pack, and they get and bring us, great guests. Of course, we have been working on these guests for, 12 weeks?
That is correct. You know, when you're real estate market that is smoking hot, and then you have two teams that are smoking hot. You got two individuals that are smoking hot. It's hard to get it all together, and it finally came together today.
It did, and we're just delighted.
Guys, the Kellerism says speed of the leader, speed of the pack. We're just following the pack now, baby.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first up, we're going to have Diane Kink up, and we're going to have Bruce Kink up, and then we're going to have them up together.
That is correct.
And that's the best way to do it. And so, Diane, welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And I always ask this question to people because, you know, one thing I love about real estate and realtors is that they all started out somewhere else. Tell me, what got you into real estate?
Well, I graduated from Purdue University, moved to Los Angeles from Indiana. My parents actually were in real estate my high school years as a second career from my dad. And I was in commercial construction sales, always wanted to do real estate. Moved to Houston with Bruce's job at Continental Airlines.
Good choice.
Very good, Joey.
From Laguna Niguel, California, so it was a big change.
Ooh, culture shock.
But however, I waited till our daughter got in kindergarten and ran down to Champions Real Estate, got my license in a short period of time, 3 weeks if I recall, and started off my first year in real estate with Keller Williams in 1998.
And still with them.
Still with them. My first year, I ended up as Rookie of the Nation for Keller, my first year.
Awesome.
Congratulations, by the way.
But guys, a fun story we always share is that literally at 16, there was a story that the parents shared where Diane would come in and she'd bang her fist on the table and say, "Stop talking real estate. That's all you two do is talk real estate, real estate, real estate." Spring forward 12 years, and she's mastering real estate when she jumped in.
That's true.
And so tell me what you all talk about then.
Well,
Real estate,
exactly.
real estate. So what do your children say?
I was going to say, don't ask our kids that.
That's like stereo.
Oh,
Yes.
my. So true. So true.
And so you've built up your business. And so tell me again when you joined Keller Williams.
Yeah, October of 98. So my first full year was 1999.
Okay.
And then
Market was just coming back.
Market
really
was
strong.
coming back. So I had a good 7 years, up to 2007 and, to beginning of 2008 of just really building my business and starting to grow a team, a small team at that time, but did build a team.
I've kind of pointed that out to a lot of people. The year after I was chairman, everything went to hecking me back. So just saying.
That's funny.
So we talked a little bit about your business, but you do a team concept in your business, and tell me why that's better and how it works for you.
Well, for me, I always want to give excellent customer service. And at some point, the 7-day-a-week, 24-hour-a-day realtor isn't really effective, nor does it work, and nor can you give great service. So I started to realize, as I learned with Keller Williams, to get my first assistant, my second transaction coordinator that could do the paperwork in the office so I could be with my buyers and sellers. And as the business continued to grow, I realized, I need some help showing, because I can't be in the car showing and be effective with my listing side of the business. So I got my first buyer's agent and grew from there. And it came down to really great customer service and answering the phone. When someone calls on a sign, I want someone to answer the phone. So I've always treated it like a business.
And that's very important what you said, because it is a 7 by 24 hour business. Individuals want to buy a home on a Saturday and a Sunday and Monday at midnight, right? Mm-hmm. But an individual also has to be able to maintain a good balance. You have to, especially with children, you have to maintain a balance between what is excellent customer service and how can I service that client 24 hours a day. So building a team has been very effective for you.
Very effective. And the balance thing that you talk about is probably hard in other careers as well, but it's very difficult in this business because the expectation is 24/7. But I found that if we explain to our clients how we work, they love, because they have a go-to person in every level on our team.
I actually coach agents. I said, why are you available 24/7?
Bingo.
You think you're going to get your attorney at 11 o'clock at night?
Exactly.
Well, the fascinating thing, guys, is that almost every individual that steps into it has come from something else in life, right? And when you look at the other businesses you've come from, is it truly just one person? There's always an assistant. There's someone that does the back end work. There's someone that does the front end work. And yet we find real estate agents jump in thinking, it's only me.
I'm going to do it all.
Right.
Well, as you get busier, you better realize there's leverage there somewhere. Or you become the weekend warrior, the nighttime person, the holiday guy that gets all the calls. And eventually what we say is just learn to leverage at least to a support staff person and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, and that's usually the place to start. Now, Gary Keller wrote a great book, which is The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. He's written several books since then, and I understand you were part of that book.
Right, I was in the mastermind.
For the people out there who are thinking about getting into a real estate career, a lot of agents think that the commission is their income. No, that's the income to your business.
Exactly.
And then you're going to budget and treat it like a business, but the majority don't. And talk about why that has worked so well for you.
Well, the commission dollar is split in so many different ways, and a lot of it is, for us, is marketing and doing the appropriate and high-level marketing, because we now have a large luxury business, and that takes a lot of dollars. And so those breaking the dollars out into the business, the staffing, the commission splits with the realtors that are on my team, and then the marketing and watching it as a business, really running and looking at the P&L and making sure that we're always staying in the green, if you will. And so there's some months, even today, that are a lot slower than other months of the year, so it's cyclical in our market here in Houston as well.
That was a great segue of something you just said, which was about the luxury market. And you do kind of focus on the luxury market. Tell me how that's different from maybe the $200,000 and $300,000, $400,000 house. How is it different?
Yeah, really in the luxury market arena for our team, it's the listing side needs a lot more attention, a lot more money is spent on those, a lot more, not just with staging, but like prepping, telling the story of the home. Each luxury home is going to have a story. It's not a 4,000 square foot, 5-bedroom with a pool. It's a lifestyle. You're talking about the lifestyle, the neighborhood, the schools. Maybe it's zone 2, and the architecture, the architect, the designer, and you're giving all these accolades to really be able to describe it on the World Wide Net. And so someone could be sitting around the world somewhere, and we're going to do a custom website for each of those luxury listings, and they're going to learn and see a lot about that home.
Do you find those sellers have greater expectations as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Because they probably bought and sold several homes in their lifetime, and they know what kind of service that they're expecting. They bought right into our theme, which is people don't buy houses; they buy
lifestyles.
We
talk about that all the time.
It's a recurring theme on our show, and let's kind of physically look at these homes. What are they when they come into the Woodlands that might be being transferred in with Exxon or something like that? What are the components that they're especially looking for? Is it pools, outdoor kitchens, all of the above?
Boy, in the luxury market, do you
Yes.
mean, I'd call luxury in the Woodlands where we mostly do our marketing, 750 and above or $1 million and above if you want a bigger number. And it is not just about pools, but the outdoor living is a big deal for these luxury because they want to experience and have an outdoor lifestyle. The media rooms are important to some, and I see it kind of fading in others because it's a dark room where maybe some families don't end up using, which has kind of been interesting because it was really hot several
Well,
years
removed
ago.
from the kitchen for one thing.
Yeah.
Usually.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. They want to be where the action is in the kitchen and all of that. But it's also what's the condition of the home and is it move-in ready? Most of those kind of buyers want more of a move-in ready, or they'll go build their own, multi-million-dollar if there's still land out there where they want to build.
Yeah, I've noticed them because, especially since you have a transferring market, you've got a very mobile market. They often don't have the luxury of time to go fix up something. They're coming in and
That's it.
one or both of the spouses are immediately going to be going to work and not necessarily have the time to do that remodel or that reconstruction.
So true, Rob.
But
Exactly.
interestingly enough, a lot of the folks coming into our area where they see what our luxury represents blows them away because
Absolutely.
they're coming from markets in which $1 million, like we were talking about this earlier, right? $1 million in California gets you a double wide sitting on,
Yeah.
a cliff. You come here and $1 million buys you a gorgeous property. So,
Right.
yeah, they're more discerning, but they're also looking at it and saying, if I have these options, what's the best that I can get for the buck that I'm going to spend?
And I think that's very important to talk about because, one of the things, I grew up in Mexico all my life, and one of the things you see, your traditional Mexican or Latin American who are affluent come in, and what they can buy here for the equivalent of what they end up buying in Mexico City or Monterrey or some of the areas like that is tremendously different. And so as you mentioned right there, people walk in and they go, wow, look what I'm getting for $1 million here. I actually have an outdoor kitchen and a pool and space and opportunity, et cetera, to continue to grow on these lands. Whereas in some other areas of the world, Mexico being one, but if you go to Europe, same way, it's a lot different. I mean, $1 million buys you a townhome in England, right?
That's true.
Maybe.
True.
Right, maybe.
And demographically, there are a lot of Mexican nationals buying in the Woodlands right now, and they're coming in with cash. Have you seen a lot of that? Or?
Yes, we've seen a lot of that. I see it has slowed down a tad bit this year of 2014, but they're definitely still there. We're seeing a lot of international groups coming
like
in
it.
from all over, which is interesting. It's the international market's growing in the Woodlands.
Well, but again, it's the dynamic of not just what they're buying, it's the lifestyle.
Right.
When you look at the amenities that Houston now offers, whether you come into town for shows and other things or up that direction, you've got so many amenities packed into a small, tight area that
Right.
they literally have an incredible living environment when they're here.
That's very interesting right there because one of the things we talk about is they buy a lifestyle, but Houston in and of itself is a lifestyle as well. Houston has a lot of stuff, a lot of changes they're doing, a great lifestyle associated with here, very outdoorsy. I mean, one of the things that we see is we're now seeing that individuals, whether it be up in the Woodlands or down in the Memorial area, individuals like to get out. They like to enjoy all the opportunities we have. And guess what? We've got great weather to spend outside.
Yeah, 12 months a year, really, right? I mean,
Look
if you
outside.
get
It looks like California right
Yeah,
now.
that's right. Well, it's a little toasty here, but you know what? You get out with some Bermuda shorts and a tall glass of lemonade.
You just got to be wet, is what I say.
And you have a pool.
Right.
It can be pretty comfortable.
Exactly.
And then, truly, some of the best weather we have is December, January.
Right.
Well, guys, the fascination is look at the Fortune 500 and 100 and 200 companies that are looking at Houston now as a place to call headquarters.
Right.
So it's because of the amenities, the affordability, all the things that it offers. It's truly an incredible value that these companies are looking at, and job growth it's what it's all about.
And I tell everybody all the time is Houston, if you were to look at the epitome of a multicultural area, of a melting pot, which is what the United States is built on, you will never find a melting pot larger and more appropriate than Houston to represent that.
It's huge.
That's
We
so true.
absolutely represent the melting pot, theory, for lack of a better word, that we've got in this country and how we were built. If you can go northeast, southwest, and find every type of amenity, benefit, feature for your culture, for your religion, for everything you need to here in Houston.
Right
it's
here.
absolutely
Yeah,
tremendous.
it was I think in Forbes that they basically said that Fort Bend County was the most culturally diverse county in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I
Fort
think that would
Bend.
apply really to any area around Houston because there's like 150 languages spoken. It's amazing to go to a restaurant and you hear all these different languages. It makes it pretty exciting.
Pretty fun.
You look like you're about to say something about coming up against a break.
You know, we are coming up against a break as usual. Time flies when you are having a lot of fun, and boy, we are with the Kink team in the studio.
Woohoo!
Stay tuned. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world